Hey y'all, Haley here with How To Haley, and today I'm going to show you how to take an adult tie and turn it into a kid size. So this adult tie is for a client of mine whose son is going to be the ring bearer at the wedding. It was originally a skinny tie, which makes this even easier because you don't have to adjust this part at all. I'm not going to get into the details of how to take a wider tie and thin it down, but I am just going to show you how to very quickly and easily, even without a sewing machine, recreate the tie into kid size. I had actually recorded this whole tutorial before I cut the tie to later realize none of it recorded. So we are going to try this again, and I'm going to make an infant size tie for his little brother. So my oops is my client's gain and your gain. So this is actually just kind of a random piece of what was left of that skinny tie. And I just recreated the point and hand sewed that down and pressed it. All right, so step one to create your adorable tie. Imagining that right here is the end of the skinny tie. You're going to cut it to length from here to here. For the 3-year-old tie, I did 12 inches. For this infant tie, this little guy is, he's 4 months old. So I'm gonna say we're gonna do this one 8 inches, maybe 7.5. Okay. So cut it to the size that you'd like. Next, you're going to go further down your tie to what would typically be the back end of the tie. And you want to make sure it's a part that has minimal tapering, so pretty consistent width. And you're going to cut for the infant tie, I'm going to do 4 inches. For the toddler tie, I did 4.5 inches. This is going to become your faux knot. So cut a piece about 4 inches. To attach this, this is the right side, so the pretty side of your tie facing up. And the wrong side of your faux knot, you can see here's the seam facing up. And you're going to pin your edges together. Okay. And then go ahead and just tack this one down so he doesn't travel too far. Ouch. Then you're going to flip this. See what I did? Kind of just rotate it and flip it over. And this is going to be your other side of the faux knot. So again, pin your edges to align here. All right. Then you're going to sew along this edge, cut off any excess to make it even, and then zigzag to encase this these raw seams and edges here. Okay. All right, so now that you have your raw edge sewn, straight stitched, and then zigzagged, you are ready to turn this into a tie. So you're going to take this and just flip it through your faux knot. How cute is that? All right, so from here you can figure out how you want to fasten it to the neck. You can get those little tie clips, which are just awesome and easy. You can use a piece of elastic, so you'll back this out a little bit. And for this one, I am going to do the elastic. Just have some 1/4 inch elastic, feed it through here. Okay. And then go ahead and tie it. For an infant, I want to make sure it can get over their head, but not show too much. So this is probably about 12 or 13 inches. Tie it in a knot. Okay. And just feed that knot to hide underneath. And then pull your tie back and work it in so that all the sewn pieces are hiding. So cute. And there you have it, a little dude tie. Here's what the back looks like. So it all looks pretty well encased. And if you need to adjust this, you just kind of pull this through and retie the knot. Now for the older kid tie, I myself have a 3-year-old. I didn't want to do a tie clip because what's a 3-year-old gonna do? Yank it right off. I didn't want to do elastic because what's a 3-year-old gonna do? Pull it down the whole time. I wanted something that looked like the tie, that was a little more attractive. So I did a Velcro closure. Look at that. So the Velcro I have is this kind of Velcro. This is like what you would use when you are wrapping your electronics cords. It feeds through and just self-adheres like that, but it's soft and it's very pliable. It's got that really soft side and then that very slightly grabby other side. You can use any kind. I just got this in a big, huge pack on Amazon because I do this often enough. So that's what I use for the Velcro. I made this neck loop, I don't know what you want to call this, by taking the tail of the original tie, removing the stitching, which is pretty easy. You can just grab one end of that string and just pull it. Take out the batting lining. We don't need this. And to make it really easy, I just folded it over onto itself. So it's a couple layers thick, which gives it some stability. And you'll just pin it. For the 3-year-old tie, I want to say I did a 16-inch strip. On the ends, you will butterfly it open, fold it over onto itself, and then fold it over again. Pin it, and that encases the end really, really easily. So go through, pin the whole thing down, and you'll stitch along here and along here, which will give you a result like this. And then you will take your Velcro, and I cut mine down to 3 inches in length. Remove it from here so you can see what's going on. So 3 inches in length, and you'll do one on the front side of that neck strap, one on the back side, so when it loops around, it catches itself. And something to be mindful of is when it loops around, you want to make sure that the soft Velcro is what has any potential of touching baby's or little dude's skin. So just like how we did the elastic for the infant tie, you're going to do the same for the toddler. You're going to back it out of the faux knot, feed your Velcroed piece through. And again, you can do elastic or ribbon or whatever you have on hand for the toddler tie. Remember to be mindful of where the itchy versus the soft Velcro is. So feed that through, pull your knot, make sure all the stitched areas are enclosed. There you have it. You've got your little toddler tie. So look at that, how cute is that? And with this width, it's just between 1/2 inch and 3/4. It fits into the collar of a shirt just perfectly. It looks good with it being the elastic or the Velcro for electronics. It's not a very grabby Velcro, so it releases very easily. But enough that a 3-year-old just yanking on it constantly isn't necessarily going to remove it in the middle of their fancy debut. So there you have it, 5 minutes to create little kid ties from an adult skinny tie. Have fun. Okay, and just really quickly, I'm gonna show you one more cute little little trick here, and that's to make a pocket square. So I had one more piece of this adult tie left. So I just folded it in half, stitched along this edge, going to cut off the excess, and this is not anything super specific, right? Flip it back inside out, center the seam that I just stitched along the back. Let's get these cute ties out of the way. Press it. And if you don't have one of these, you need one. This is the Circuit Heat Press Mini. I have my fancy iron behind me, but this thing is just the bee's knees. Okay? Look, you have a little pocket square. You can even pleat it to kind of control how it fits. And then just stitch along the raw edge. Okay, and there you have it. The cutest, easiest little pocket square. And along this edge, instead of zigzagging it, because I don't want to add bulk to the pocket, I just applied the ever so handy fray check. It's so cute. So there you have it, y'all. This took me maybe 15 minutes for everything to create 3 adorable little kid tie pieces out of an adult skinny tie. Have fun.